Listen, Dinesh and I have been around this block before, as probably some of you already know, and sometimes we discuss and debate whether or not there is a historical truth to religion. In other words, did any of this stuff ever happen?
There you have a clip. The late Christopher Hitchens, noted atheist and philosopher, in a debate with Dinesh D'Souza at the 2008 Freedom Fest. That event billed as the world's largest gathering of free minds. It's going to happen again next month, and joining right now is the event's producer, Mark Skousen. It's great to have you with us. A little clip there. I was hoping to hear from Dinesh as well, because who doesn't love a great debate? Let's take a look, Mark, at the list of attendees this year. You're going to have Glenn Beck there. You're going to have Dinesh D'Souza back again, Steve Forbes, Senator Mike Lee, Senator Marco Rubio, and much more. But one thing I'm looking forward to see is Steve Moore taking on the New York Times' Paul Krugman. You got the supply sider versus the liberal economist there. Should be a great debate.
Yeah, it took me 8 years to put that together, John, and it is going to be electrifying. We're going to have major media coverage. We're going to be talking about the #1 New York Times columnist versus the #1 Wall Street Journal columnist, Keynesian economics, big government versus small government and supply side economics. And we're going to talk about taxes, like the flat tax that's being proposed right now. We're going to talk about austerity versus the national debt. We're particularly, our theme this year, we have a theme every year, and this year our theme is the American dream. Can we restore the American dream? And of course, Krugman and Moore are going to be really at each other's throats probably on how to achieve this. But maybe we can come together, because our idea here at Freedom Fest is to gather together bright minds who can maybe come together and not label each other, not be divisive, but come out to best solutions to our real problems in the country. And that's what Freedom Fest is all about.
Well, Mark, a lot of people say today, these types of topics are so divisive, it's hard to have a real debate on this issue. Tell us how you're able to still pull it off.
Well, first of all, we have a very civil debate, and we don't allow, like on Fox News and MSNBC, where everybody's yelling at each other and that sort of thing. If we focus on best solutions, like job creation, like increasing wages, so we will talk about the minimum wage and other artificial ways to raise wages, but we want to focus on genuine ways, and I think economists can come together on these issues to talk about how we can turn the country around and how we can have economic growth without running into all of these problems. So I'm hoping there will be common ground between Paul Krugman and Steve Moore, and that's what's so important. If we're ever going to achieve this American dream, we can't have this divisiveness that goes on. So Freedom Fest, which is every July, trying to bring people together, and it's a bringing together of free minds, people who can think and put aside their prejudices and just think in terms of what's the best solutions. And we have businessmen like John Mackey of Whole Foods Markets. We have Steve Wynn, who's responsible for the new Las Vegas. We have John Stossel coming there as a moderator. So the idea is to bring people together rather than fight each other.
Yeah, John Stossel, a noted libertarian, big fan of his, have an autographed book that I got from my dad. So that should be very cool as well. Talk to us, too, about the mock trial that's going to be featured. The Federal Reserve Bank on trial. What are they accused of?
That's right. We do a mock trial every year that is the most popular event, although the Krugman-Moore debate will probably be more popular. But we're putting the Federal Reserve on trial. We have a judge who's going to be Judge Kennedy from Fox Business. We're going to have a prosecuting attorney and defending attorney, and they're going to call star witnesses for the Fed and against the Fed. And then we have 12 jurors from our 2,000 people that are going to be there, and they will decide by majority rule who was right and whether the Federal Reserve has been good for America or bad. I'm really looking forward to that debate myself.
All right, and we want to ask you about Dinesh D'Souza as well, big friend of Newsmax. What do you expect to hear from him at his appearance?
Well, Dinesh is speaking on two topics. One is at our luncheon, he's speaking on what it means to be a political prisoner in America. As you know, he was attacked for violating a rather technical violation of the campaign laws. And so he's been in confinement now for 6 months, and he's finally getting the first time to speak about this, so he's going to speak at Freedom Fest on that. And then he's also taking on Christopher Hitchens again, the late, great Christopher Hitchens, who did pass away. We're hoping through a seance to get Christopher Hitchens to come back and tell us whether there is an afterlife and whether there's a God or not, and who really won this debate.
All right, Mark, thanks so much. Where can folks find more information about Freedom Fest?
They go to freedomfest.com and look at the various prices. Students only pay $99, and we have young professional rates. So if they go to freedomfest.com, we have our whole program, all our speakers. That's where to go.
All right, Mark, thanks so much for being with us.
My pleasure. See you in Vegas.
All right, so go to Freedom Fest in Vegas. Also, we all work hard and we all want a vacation. Well, Newsmax wants to send one lucky couple on a 7-day Silver Sea cruise to the Caribbean this winter. This luxury cruise aboard the Silver Wind is a trip of a lifetime. To win, all you need to do is enter our sweepstakes. Visit newsmax.com/sweepstakes to enter. Again, that's newsmax.com/sweepstakes to enter. Kind of makes me want to go for a swim.